Hi, it's me, Vicki Marie, and I just wanted to give you an update on the case of Sara Sharif. We've been following this case, haven't we, right from the beginning. This poor little girl, let me put the photos on for you. You know, it's a very, very sad case, this. For those of you who may remember Sarah, look, little angel Sarah. She was found dead at her home. Here she is. This is a photo you might be more familiar with. We've looked at this photo several times, where she does look to be made up, which is a bit uncomfortable, isn't it? Anyway, she was 10 years old, and her parents and her uncle, well, her father and her stepmother and her uncle have appeared in court today and pled not guilty to her murder. But little Sara suffered apparently a constellation of injuries before she was found dead under a blanket on a bunk bed, the court was told. So Sara Sharif's father, stepmother and uncle pleaded not guilty to the 10-year-old's murder at the Old Bailey on Thursday, as the court heard she had suffered this constellation of injuries. I mean, you know, the constellation of injuries, you know, from that's a lot, isn't it? Very, very sad. Very, very sad, this poor little girl. Anyway, Sarah's father, Irfan Sharif, 41, stepmother Baynash Batul, 29, and Sharif's brother Faisal Malik, 28, are all charged with murder and causing or allowing the death of a child after she was discovered in a property in Woking on August the 10th. They then left the UK, when Sarah died. Well, she was discovered on August the 10th. It's not really known exactly when she died. And these three nice people left the UK with another 5 children. And then they phoned and alerted the authorities to her death. They appeared at the Old Bailey today via video link and denied charges. Batul appeared via video link from Her Majesty's Prison Bronzefield, wearing a black jumper, that's the stepmother, and Sharif and Malik appeared sat together at Her Majesty's Prison, His Majesty's I suppose now, Belmarsh, wearing grey prison-issued tracksuits. And again, prosecutors told the Old Bailey Sarah was found to have a constellation of healed and healing injuries. How could they do that to her? Anyway, so here are the nice people. This is the father, this is the stepmother, and this is the uncle. So the defendants spoke only to confirm their names and deny the offences. They are charged with murder on or around the 8th of August and causing or allowing the death of a child between the 16th of December and the 9th of August. Second charge alleges they each caused or were aware of a significant risk of serious physical harm being caused to Sarah, and they failed to take full steps as they could have been reasonably expected to protect her from that risk. So they fled to Pakistan. They phoned the police and the police dashed to the home after receiving a phone call from her father at 2:47 a.m, which lasted 8 minutes and 34 seconds. And they found her under a blanket in her pyjamas. A post-mortem revealed she had suffered multiple and extensive injuries over a sustained and extended period of time, including broken ribs, bruising and a brain hemorrhage before her death. Officers found her body fully clothed under a duvet in a bunk bed, along with 2 handwritten notes tucked under the pillows under the child's head. And then finally, after more than a month, the adults finally returned to the UK on September the 13th. Prosecutor Giles Bedlow earlier said, "These defendants have been charged with the murder of 10-year-old Sara Sharif, as well as the offence of allowing her death. In the upstairs bedroom, on a set of bunk beds, attending officers pulled back the blanket and found the body of a young girl." Now, there are videos, other videos that I've done on this. This woman's stepmother described her death as an incident. So here's Sarah's father, Irfan Sharif, and her uncle, Faisal Malik, drawn, with those prison type drawings. Here is Sarah. Poor thing. Oh my God. Just awful. So this was a previous court hearing that they were at. Is this Sarah as well? So I've never, we don't often see a picture of her with the hijab. Is it a hijab? I hope I don't offend anyone. I'm not sure of the exact name. I don't know if I've seen that picture before. And this is her mother, Olga Sharif. She had to identify her body, bless her. So there were multiple healing she sustained a number of injuries, a healed fracture to one of her clavicles, multiple rib fractures, multiple bruising to the torso and limbs, and the presence of a hemorrhage on her brain. There were multiple healing fractures on different parts of her body, suggesting multiple events of violence over a period of time, which must have culminated in her death. So, detailing the charge, the Mr. Lucraft, who's the Recorder of London, said the charge is as follows: that between 16th of December 2022 and the 9th of August 2023, you, having been a person who was a member of the same household of and had frequent contact with Sara Sharif, who died on or around the 8th of August, you either A, caused Sarah's death via your own unlawful act, or B, you ought to have been aware of the risk to her death and you failed to take the steps as could have been reasonably expected to protect her from that risk. Now, they actually booked the flight out of the country 2 days earlier. Anyway, so a 6-week trial date before a High Court judge is set for the 2nd of September 2024, and the defendants will next appear for a case management hearing on the 26th of January. So we will follow that. We will follow it. Any news I get, I will let you know about Sarah. This is definitely a question of justice for Sarah, isn't it? These horrible, horrible people. Even worse because they're actually family. This poor little girl. Oh, God. I hope he has a hard time in prison. I can feel that I'm starting to get this sort of anger about, normally I just sort of think, oh, let karma deal with it. But when you see cases like this, you actually do want something horrible to happen to them. And I shouldn't feel like that. I shouldn't. I don't. I've got to stop feeling like that. But it's very difficult not to when you look at this little girl. Very difficult not to, especially when you find that she's got sustained injuries over a long period of time, healing injuries, and before they were given a chance to heal. But they haven't announced a cause of death yet, as far as I know, whether it was the hemorrhage that killed her. That'll come out, I suppose, in the trial. So anyway, and I'm sorry, it's sad. It's good news that they've been caught and that they're going to, be tried. That is good news, but it is sad. And there's no bringing back little Sarah, but let's hope these people get the justice that they deserve. So remember to live and love wisely, carefully. I'll see you again really soon in the next video. And until then, may your God go with you. Rest in peace, Sara Sharif, and justice for Sarah.